This is a brilliant uncirculated 1945 dime. Some call it a Mercury dime. Some call it a winged Liberty dime. I call it beautiful. Today we will learn about the most common ways to know your Mercury dime's condition here on the Culture of Currency. If you would like to know more about this coin, I have a detailed video that looks like this, which I would highly recommend you checking out. Today we are going to talk about common grading areas of Mercury dimes, as that is one of the easiest ways to get an idea on value. Speaking of value, did you know that this little dime would only be worth 10 cents at a bank, but could be worth a minimum over $1 at a coin shop, and could be worth thousands if there were things like minting errors? The value being more than the coin's face value is an indicator of the silver's content far outpacing the current value of 10 cents, which is a topic for another video. Before we dive deep, if you would love to own a coin from my collection, I urge you to watch this video where instructions are posted to win a coin of your choice from my collection. Now let's talk grade. As you can see here, I have laid out a couple of dimes in different stages of wear to compare against what APMEX, which is the American Precious Metals Exchange, calls a brilliant uncirculated dime, or BU. Let's take the obverse first. There are three main areas that are usually used to assess the grade of this coin. These are all areas considered to be the highest raised in the design, usually meaning they are likely to wear first. The first I would like to talk about is the line of hair that comes out of the Phrygian cap. If you look at these lower grade dimes, you will see at most some faint details as the ridge of hair lays back from the forehead to the jawline. It kind of melts into the face. This is a high area of the coin, so whenever one holds the coin or it's used in transaction, the area would erode first. When we look at our brilliant uncirculated dime, we see individual strands cascading downward all the way to the tip of the neckline. When we rotate the light around, we also see that the luster does not disappear, which is also an indication of wear. Another high area of note is the iconic wing coming from just over the hairline and back past the hat. We see on these lesser quality specimens some detail, but we see areas where the feathers merge into larger, less defined areas. Most of note is the area where the bone would reside on the wing. This is crucial as this is where the origin of many smaller feathers reside, and we cannot see any of that detail on the worn dimes. When we compare that to our brilliant uncirculated dime, we see the exact detail we are lacking in the others, especially in the area where the wing would fold. The luster is also present when light is moved around, denoting a higher grade. The last area that is a common place to look for grade is a much harder area to see, as it is not raised due to a detailed mark, but rather a gentle contour, and that is the jawline. We must use the light to properly see if the raised jaw has not been worn. On the lesser value coins, we see no indication on the 1927, the 1937, and one of the 1942 coins, but this 1942 coin just shows a hint of the jawline still intact. When I hold the BU coin to the light, I can see the luster trace the jaw from the chin to the hairline. This is the most subtle of the three common obverse grade indicators. Now let's move to the reverse. We see our most notable fasces, which is a bundle of sticks bound together. This particular fasces has an axe head. This symbol dates back to the Etruscans and Rome and denotes the authority of a governed area. We actually see them on the coat of arms of many nations today, and fun fact, it is also where we derive the word fascist, which is a topic for another video. We are once again going to cover the three common areas used to grade these dimes. All three, once again, are also considered high areas of the struck coin, meaning they are most likely to be the areas that wear. The first we will look at are the leaves. Remember, detail and luster are our two key words. We see on the lesser coins many of the leaves melting together. They have a strong luster, but it is not a consistent luster across the coin. For one to consider this uncirculated, one would have to show all parts of the coin hosting the same luster. When we look at the BU coin, we clearly see a defined pattern of leaves and the luster is carried throughout. The second area we will look at is the diagonal straps across the fasces. The high area often is worn down, as we can see in our lesser coins. Some have disappeared entirely. When we look at our BU coin, we see the diagonal straps across the bundle and have a defined angle against the parallel lines of the fasces. We also note the luster being the same and present throughout the obverse. The last area we'll dive into is the cross bands of the fasces. The lesser coins have what looks to be just a smaller blob, if anything at all. There should be details present of a top, middle, and bottom crossband that under magnification would show two separate bands. I'm not sure if you can see it with this camera, but I can see the faint detail with my eyes, and the luster is consistent in our BU coin. You know what? Why not give you a bonus area? Look at the blade of the axe. We see it is an axe head upon our lesser coins. However, on our BU coin, we can see the area where the edge was ground. Hopefully, you now have a good idea how to know a relative estimate of grade when looking at your Mercury Dimes. I am not a coin grader, but have listened to many graders talk over this issue. If you have found this content helpful, I would hope that you would consider hitting the like button so YouTube can push it to other people who need it. Now that we've covered this topic at length, I will also remind you that we've already placed this coin on our 60-point scale, where it scored a high 47 out of 60. The mintage was the only low score present, as it is a mass-produced coin for general circulation. It is my true feeling that when it comes to American coins, this is one of the best ever made. When it comes to design and with its place in our timeline as well as the size, you can actually purchase a BU Mercury Dime just like I have for an affordable price. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed today's video, and I hope you'll remember to join us next time as we stay classy and current with the culture of currency.